Hey everybody, I'm live, I'm back. So how are y'all doing? Whoops, I'm messing with the tripod now. Trying to get the lighting right too. The lighting seems off. So is anybody out there with me tonight? Hello, hello. I have some stuff to talk about. Some stuff to show you. Hey Sherry, how are you doing? Hey Becky. Becky, we need to talk about your dress soon. I'll be doing it next week, I think. I'm keeping my head above water, barely. So who else is there? Cindy, hey Cindy. So let's see. What have I got to talk about? I know a lot of you guys saw my pictures last weekend. Hubby and I went to the Biltmore Estate, which you heard me talk about last Wednesday. And we went for, thank you, Sherry. I was just going to talk about that. So we went for this Gilded Age masquerade party. It was to kick off a new exhibit at the Biltmore House, which shows the real glamorous life of the Vanderbilts. If y'all aren't familiar with the Biltmore Estate, it was built, I believe it was completed in 1895 by George Washington Vanderbilt. He was at the time definitely the richest man in the country, if not in the world. I'm not sure, he might have even been the richest in the world. I don't know. He was really wealthy. So he built basically a chateau, a self-sustaining estate in the Blue Ridge Mountains in Asheville, North Carolina. And the family went through some hard times during the Great Depression. So after that, he died very young. He was only 51 years old when he died. So I'm not sure how long he actually lived in the house, but he did marry and had a daughter. And when he passed away at 51, his wife and daughter continued to handle the estate for as long as they could. Then they ended up opening it up to the public to try to help them sustain it financially. And it is still in the family hands to this day. So it is the largest privately owned home in the United States. At one time it was 175,000 acres, over 17 miles. Now it's either 7 or 8,000 acres, so it's a lot smaller. But still 7 or 8,000 acres is pretty dang big. So they have a winery, a vineyard. They have 2 hotels there now. So the family has continued to develop it as a tourist attraction. Nobody actually lives. I don't think there's private apartments in the house. There might be, but I don't think they actually live in that house. But they do have about 25% of it is open to the public, which is quite a few rooms. It has over 100 bedrooms. It's just crazy big. And it's definitely worth the visit if you've never been there. And even if you have been there, this was probably my 3rd or 4th time there over 20 years. So they do continue to change it and add new things. The event was what attracted me last year. An event attracted me as well. Last year in April, a group of us, I think there were 13 of us, authors and readers, who got together for a Titanic movie costume exhibition that they put on in the house. And it was fabulous. And I think that was such a success that they decided to do a similar thing this year. Only this year they reproduced, and it took them 2 years to do it, they reproduced actual clothing that was worn by the Vanderbilt family and their friends who had visited the house. So they took photographs and other records, and they reproduced the same clothing. And I have pictures on my Facebook page of the exhibit, and I also have a few pictures of the clothing. So there's one dress in particular that's inspired me at a later date. I can't do it right now, but there's a black velvet gown that Mrs. Vanderbilt wore. I think it was the night of her engagement party to Mr. Vanderbilt. And she's wearing this diamond and ruby brooch that's as big as my fist. And it was probably worth, well, obviously it was worth millions. And she's wearing it on this black velvet gown. I don't look good in black. But I think that same, if I could even get someone to reproduce it, I've asked somebody already, but if I could get a reproduction of the brooch, I would wear it on a red gown, because I think red, the right shade of red, would be very beautiful too. I don't look good in black. Red's a good color on me though. So that was that definitely inspired me. I keep eyeballing that dress. A lot of you have commented on the dress. It would be pretty in a lot of colors. I think Teresa said it would be pretty in any color. It really would be. It's just a gorgeous, timeless gown. So again, go to my Facebook page and look through my pictures if you haven't seen it. So let me jump back to see what your questions and comments are. Thank you, Sherry. Cindy, wondering the reaction to my awesome purple dress. Hey, Joyce. Hey, Melody. Hey, Sherry, did anyone else make costumes for the ball? Okay, so I'll tell you about the ball now. So it wasn't huge. There were probably 100 people. And it was also to kick off, oh, dang it, I left it downstairs. I won a bottle of wine. So it was to kick off their new dessert wine called Mary Port. And there's a story with the Mary Port, too. On the bottle on the label is a beautiful butterfly. And that was taken off one of the dresses in the exhibit. There's a beautiful ball gown with beautiful silver embroidered butterflies on it. So they actually took that idea and put it on the dessert wine, which is fabulous. It's called Mary Port. Mariposa is butterfly in Spanish, so I guess that's where they got it from, with the butterfly. All right, so we went to this party, and it was really nice. Everyone was dressed up, but I was the only one, even though it was a Gilded Age masquerade, I was the only one wearing a Gilded Age dress. Everybody else had on sequins and, more Gatsby dresses. They were dressed more for the 1920s. I guess not too many people can whip up a Gilded Age dress for a party. So everybody was very dressed. They had 2 contests, one for the best mask and one for the best gown. And another girl won for the best mask. She had a really cool, it was a rhinestone. It was a rhinestone mask with these rhinestones down over her face. It was very beautiful. She had it custom made. And I won for the best dress. So that was kind of cool. The dress was a big hit. A lot of people asked me where I got it and etc. So it was wonderful to be able to wear it. Hubby just wore a tux, but he looks fabulous in a tux. And again, there were pictures on my Facebook page if you want to see pictures of the evening. Also, when I toured the house, I did put on my purple 1890s walking dress, and I just wanted pictures. So hubby got some pictures. He hates taking people photographs, portrait photography he hates, but I made him do it anyway because it was my Valentine's present. And so I really look forward to Colonial Williamsburg next month, where we will have a professional photographer. So I hope Jerica will get some good pictures of my dresses. So I'm really excited about that, the whole costume thing that I'm doing, the fashion show. I'm doing an entire 18th century fashion show. I'm working a frenzy to get them all done. I'm really close. I'll show you the one I just am in the process of finishing right now. So again, I'm going to look at your comments. Okay, thank you, Teresa. We tried on the pictures. Hey, Jerica's watching. So Jerica's our photographer in Colonial Williamsburg. So, I didn't tell you all. Last year when we did that Titanic exhibition and the tea, we did a Titanic tea. That's where the idea came up to go to Colonial Williamsburg this year. I think it was Deb Marlowe, actually, who thought of it. Deb Marlowe suggested Colonial Williamsburg, and then I got talking one day with Jerica, said I would love to get some pictures, of my dresses and a historical background, and we had talked about the Biltmore, and then we started talking about Williamsburg. So we set up this whole author-reader weekend that is March 14th to the 17th in Colonial Williamsburg, and there are still tickets available if anybody wants to go. The tickets are $125. That's for the weekend. That's for the conference and all our activities. We're doing an afternoon tea. We're doing a guided walking tour. We have 2 interpreters from Colonial Williamsburg who are going to take 2 groups of about 25 people on the, I think it's about a 2-hour walking tour. No, it's 3 hours. It's 9 to 12. 3-hour walking tour. There's going to be, all the authors are doing games and workshops, and we're doing a book signing on Saturday. It's really going to be fun, and we're going out to dinner, possibly some historical dancing lessons. There is a website, romancingwilliamsburg.com. We also have a Facebook page. I think it's just Colonial Williamsburg Author Reader Group, but the website is romancingwilliamsburg.com. So if you would like to join us, we're at about 50 people right now. I capped it at 70, so I think there's about 20 tickets left if anybody wants to go. And we are going to wear a costume, those who want to. Of course, I will every day. But yeah, a lot of people will be doing costume, at least for the afternoon tea. So I hope some of you will join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And there's 21, counting me, I think, 21 authors, historical authors. The authors are listed on the website as well. Some really great best-selling historical romance authors. So check it out. Let's see. I'm going back to... okay, there's Hilda. Hilda said it sounds like fun. And Jerica, thank you. Jerica's talking about my beautiful dresses. So it is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so dresses. This week, as soon as I got home, I got back to work. I have to work like crazy because I lost a whole weekend. I only have, today's the 13th, and I leave on the 13th. So I have exactly 1 month to get everything else done. So I still have... I think I still have at least 5 dresses to make, I think, and a couple corsets. And then there were some people who asked me for dresses and a corset that I said I wasn't sure if I could make them, so I didn't give them an answer yet. I said I'd have to let them know at the end of this month if I had time to do any more or not, because I'm pretty swamped. But I'm keeping my head above water. Today I have... a dress 80% finished. I would have finished it, except she's coming Saturday for a fitting. So I made a dress and a corset, stays. In the 18th century they were called stays, but some people don't know stays, so I just say corset. So I just finished the corset, right, that's why I'm late signing on, because I was just finishing it when 8 o'clock rolled around. So I'll show you the beautiful Georgian dress. This is in embroidered silk. And this is for Janine Wilson, and it is, as I said, it's 80% finished. It's not 100% finished yet. I'm trying to get the camera so you can see it. Okay, I had to tilt it down a little bit. So, the dress. It's this overskirt is not yet attached to the bodice. It will be attached. So this is kind of a sage-colored silk skirt, and the bodice... I hope you guys can see the colors. Let me see if I can get closer. Seems like my lighting is really off tonight. The dress is cream and sage silk. So are y'all able to see the colors, I hope? Let me scroll down. Hey, Stephanie. So, again, these are just pinned on, but I'm just trimming it with these big pink box pleats. I thought these were really pretty. I don't think it needs really any more trim than that, because the fabric is embroidered all over, so I just don't think it needs a lot. I'm going to take the camera out of the tripod and see if I do better with it now. I'll turn it around. Try to get you a better picture. Okay, yes, this is much, much better. Okay. The lighting was just weird. So here's the dress. It's a sage-colored silk petticoat. And then I'll give you a close-up, the dress fabric. It's cream and sage. It's embroidered all over. So I didn't think it needed a whole lot of ornamentation because the fabric is just so pretty. And I just didn't want to take away from the fabric. And then the corset that goes under it is right here. I use the exact same fabric as the skirt, so the two can be worn together well, they will be worn together. But for at home, when ladies in the 18th century, when they were quote unquote at home, or they called it their undress, they would wear their corset over their shift, always something between the stays and the skin. There was always, they wore their shift and the corset and a petticoat, and oftentimes that's what they wore at home, maybe a little jacket, a little bed jacket over it, and that was their undress. So it actually could be worn, the corset and the petticoat, as another undress outfit. Also could be worn if she wanted to add like a jacket or something later. So this really does act as two outfits when you do the corset in the same, in the matching fabric. So I'll step back here. Let me turn the camera this way again, because I think you get a better view. So here are the all the pieces together. I think it came out really, really well. So she's coming for a fitting on Saturday, and hopefully everything will fit perfectly, and I'll be happy. So I just have I have to close up the front of the dress. So, but I wanted to try it on first because I don't know if I'm going to put laces or hooks, depending on how it fits. If it's snug, I'll do laces. If it's big, I'll do hooks, because hooks you can overlap a little bit. And then I have to hem it up, hem the skirts, and sew the trim on. And that's about it, I think. So, oh, Diane, you love me in purple. Oh, I'm wearing purple again. Really? Purple used to be my favorite color. When I was a teenager, I loved purple. So purple was my first favorite color, and red was my second. Then I got to so that red was my favorite color. Then hot pink was my favorite color, followed by red. Now my favorite color, because I wore it last year and it looks so good, is bright yellow. Bright yellow is my favorite color, followed by hot pink, followed by red, or maybe purple. Red and purple tied. So I like very bright, vivid colors. Diane, you said I was going to win. Well, I didn't know what everybody was going to be wearing. I did have a really great time. I'm glad I had an opportunity to wear the dress. I'm going to have fun with the dress. I have plans to do some more with that dress. With the skirt, I have an idea to make a second bodice and to do some things differently, because I like to be able to get a little bit of wear out of something. Basically, if I wear it twice, it's dead to me after that. So I do have some things I'm looking to get rid of now, things that I've worn. The purple walking dress I probably will hold on to because I can do more with it. And then I have another purple outfit that I made to sell. And I don't know why it never sold, but it didn't. I don't know if I just picked a bad size or people just don't like it. But I have it on mannequin right now. I think I'm going to be remaking it. I'm going to make it over probably to fit me. I made it originally in about a size 12. And I'll show it to y'all. It's on the mannequin. It's on a small mannequin. But this is another purple outfit that I had made. That it doesn't look good right now because it's a size 12 dress on a size 6 mannequin. So, but I hope you can see that it is really pretty. And if nobody wants it, I'm going to make it over. I love that velvet bodice. So the velvet bodice I could actually wear with that other purple skirt, as well as this purple jacquard that I have it on. So I'll show you one more time. So if anybody's interested in this outfit, it's really beautiful. This is a blouse that's under this purple bodice. So these are 3 separate pieces that can be worn together as a daytime dress, or you take away the blouse and you have the velvet bodice and skirt as an evening outfit. And it is, again, late Victorian. So that's one. I made it, oh gosh, at least a year ago, and said, okay, this is something I'm going to put on Etsy, and nobody seemed interested. So, all right, moving on. That's more purple. So, hey, Zena. Hey, I said hey to Stephanie, I think. They're going to be joining us in Colonial Williamsburg. So I just wanted to say hello to y'all tonight, show you the new dress. I'm going to be starting another dress tomorrow, maybe even tonight, but my fingers are kind of tired from binding those stays. I'm doing a dress for Jenna Jackson. And I'm going to do something really unusual, something you have probably, I'm 99.9% sure you've never seen before. It's called, my hubby just walked in front of me. I had the camera turned so you didn't see him. It's called a robe volant. It has three names. They called it a contouche, a robe volant, or a robe battant. It was the precursor to the French sack gown. So Jenna Jackson and I talked about that tonight, and it's something I've been wanting to make. And she wanted a dress for Williamsburg, but she really didn't want to wear a corset. She didn't want anything tight and binding. And this particular dress is very loose and flowing. The back of it is like the French sack gown with the beautiful pleats, and it's very loose in the front with a V, and it was worn with a stomacher. So I'm going to make one of those. I'm excited because I've never seen anybody make one before. And I do follow a lot of costume sites. So maybe mine will be the first, which would be kind of cool. So we talked about different fabrics. Right now, I'm going to try it in a iridescent blue taffeta. It's kind of a slate blue with a gold iridescence. I'm going to start it and see how it looks. Because usually those dresses were done in a brocade. They were very, very early 18th century, like 1700 to 1720 maybe, that style was popular before it became a more fitted gown. So in that time, they were still wearing a lot of brocades, a lot of dark colors. So I'm going to see how this taffeta goes. If it doesn't look right, then I'll have to try something else. But we're definitely making that style of dress. So I will share that with you soon. Soon. Probably start it tomorrow. I'll probably have it done by the end of the weekend, even with Janine coming. All right, so hope everybody has a very, very happy Valentine's Day. That's coming up. Spend some time with your sweethearts, whether they be your significant other or just your other loved ones. Have fun, eat some really good chocolate, and I will talk with you again probably over the weekend. If not, tune in next Wednesday night. Bye, guys.